something just snapped in America. A war thousands of miles away has opened a crack right down the middle of U.S. politics. And right in the center of that crack stands one man, Tucker Carlson. This week, he said things about the Iran-Israel conflict that sent shockwaves from Washington to Tel Aviv. So explosive that even Donald Trump publicly pushed him away. So controversial that millions praised him while millions more called him dangerous. Tonight, we're breaking down exactly what Tucker said, why it caused a political earthquake, and what this means for the future of the war. Let's start with what triggered all of this. In the last 10 days, the Middle East, especially Iran and Israel, has become the center of global tension. The U.S. is deeply involved militarily and politically. American public opinion? Completely split. According to recent polling, Republicans and Democrats disagree sharply on whether the U.S. should even be involved. And then comes Tucker Carlson, one of the most influential commentators in America, refusing to follow the usual Washington line. Tucker made 3 big claims, and every one of them went viral. Number 1, he called the U.S. push toward war with Iran evil and disgusting. Number 2, he accused some political leaders of creating a moral panic to justify a wider war. Number 3, the most controversial, he suggested Israel might use a strike on a holy site as justification to escalate the conflict. Whether you agree or disagree, these are his words, not mine, not exaggerated, not twisted. Now, here's where things get wild. Once Tucker made these comments, the Republican establishment reacted immediately. Donald Trump, the man Tucker openly supported for years, said Carlson had lost his way. Ted Cruz also jumped in, blasting Carlson, calling his views irresponsible. This is no small thing. A split between the conservative movement's most influential commentator and the party's biggest leaders in the middle of a global war crisis isn't normal. It's historic. Tucker's influence is massive. People watch him because he says what many are afraid to say publicly. But this time, his target wasn't liberals. It wasn't Democrats. It was his own side. He questioned the motives behind the U.S. and Israel's military decisions, something that instantly divides conservatives. And the timing couldn't be more explosive, because American voters are already split on the war, as new polls show. The Jerusalem Post accused Carlson of moral inversion, claiming he is flipping the roles of aggressor and victim. Mainstream outlets and pro-Israel commentators said his statements promote confusion, fear, and distrust. On the other hand, anti-war activists praised him. They said he is the only major commentator brave enough to call out what they believe is a reckless path to war. 2 groups, 2 realities, same war, same statements, totally opposite interpretations. Here's the truth, without emotion, without sides. Tucker Carlson is raising questions many Americans are already whispering. Why is the U.S. so involved? Who benefits from escalation? What is being hidden from the public? And who pays the price when wars expand? These questions are legitimate. But some of his claims, especially linking Israel to possible false flag operations, are highly controversial and not supported by independent evidence. So this is where a commentator, like you and me, must be responsible. We analyze what he said, not what is true. We separate questions from claims. We avoid fueling unverified theories. We focus on facts. Whether you love Tucker Carlson or hate him, whether you agree with Israel's actions or Iran's warnings, the bigger picture is this. For the first time in years, the American right is publicly fighting over a foreign war, and that matters. Because in the U.S., wars are not just military events, they are political engines. A split like this affects elections, funding, foreign alliances, public trust, and the future direction of U.S. foreign policy. This conflict is bigger than news. It's shaping the future of American politics. So, what happens next? Will Tucker Carlson break away and become an independent anti-war voice? Will Trump's rejection isolate him? Or is this the beginning of a much bigger political realignment, where the American right has to choose between loyalty and truth? Because one thing is certain, this war is not just being fought overseas, it's being fought inside American political soul. Tell me in the comments, did Tucker go too far, or is he the only one saying what others are afraid to admit? I'll see you in the next deep dive.